And John, Tyson quite rightly wants to keep his head focused on what he's got to do with Wilder. But I'm going to throw to you a question about Anthony Joshua. Assuming that fight gets made and it takes place in May of next year, you're a scholar and a gentleman, John. How does that, ding ding, how does that fight start? It's the first round, the bell's just gone. John, take me through the first 30 seconds of commentary.
First 30 seconds of commentary, Napper boxed right off and stung with disastrous right hands and left hooks. Listen, he'll think he's fighting an eel in a cold water. He won't want to touch Tyson. Tyson will box his head off, and he'll hit him that hard, his heart will go. He'll be an easier night than Deontay Wilder, and I'll take all bets again. Fuss round, Tyson will come back jabbing, missing, make him slip and slide, bang! Joshua will fall to pieces after fuss right hand, because he'll know then, I can't beat this man. All them fighters know they can't beat Tyson, because I'll tell you why. The man's not been born yet, and I've watched them all. This crop of heavyweights, this era, can't beat him. They can't. They haven't got it. He's not been born yet. Not just saying it because of my son. He's proved himself. And Tyson's a modest guy. I'm not modest. I'm telling it as I see it. You know, they're all terrified of Tyson. I'll tell you something. They'll be beat before they start because they know they can't beat this man. There he is in the middle there. The Gypsy King. He'll reign forever. He'll reign for the next 10 years. Because I'll tell you what it is now. There's a Superman got to be born what can even come close to him. And I ain't seen him yet. And I've watched them all, these new crops of heavyweights. I ain't seen him. And get the Joshua on. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will bet Eddie Hearn everything, and I'll put him and his dad in the dole queue. I'll put him in the dole queue. Because I'll bet them everything they've got. Let's have a winner take all. Let's see if they do that. He's saying that Joshua can do that. Winner take all. Tyson will go for it. And he'll be in the dole queue. That'll be the end of him. The end of the Hearn's big mouth. Done.
John, you mentioned there in this era, so that's the era now. We know that's the era now, and Tyson's a dominant heavyweight at the moment, and there's just Anthony Joshua there. But I'm gonna throw something at the pair of you. I'm going to come to you first, John. There's a lot of talk about a heavyweight from a few years ago, from a previous era, coming back. There's a lot of talk about Mike Tyson coming back. First of all, John, I'm going to ask you, has there been any development, stop smiling, has there been any development about you having some kind of exhibition with him, John?
Listen, I'd like to have a go. You know, at the end of the day, I named my son after him. It'd be a good thing, but I know one thing. He'll be in no better shape than me. Because I tell you what it is, I've got the edge in shape because I've lived better. You know, I've lived cleaner. You know, and Tyson, yeah, he was a great, great champion. Probably one of the best it's ever been. And if anybody's going to come close to beating Tyson this era, that's him. Mike Tyson's got a better chance than Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua at 53-year-old or 54, whatever he is. But listen, I'd like to have a go, me, because I'm big and strong and I'm game. And that's all you need to be. He's past his best, you know, and me, the edge I've got, I've lived right. I don't drink, don't smoke. I don't do things I shouldn't do. And I train every day. Listen, we're not body beautifuls. I look as fat as a pig, but I can run 10 mile. No problem today. And I'm training all the time. And I'm fit and strong and game. And I've got a good heart. So what? If he knocks me out, he knocks me out. But I'll try and knock him out. Let's put it that way. I'll give me all. I'll do the very best I can. I won't be afraid to get in the ring. I'm not going to be beat before I started. I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm here. I'm 18 stone 7. I'm 55-year-old just turned, but I'm in great shape. Don't drink. Don't smoke, don't take nothing, I don't do nothing I shouldn't do, and I eat very, very well. Plus I've got him to train me. I've got the best son in the world, and if I start sparring with him and Big Shane and my Huey and Tommy, there's nobody, I've got a good chance of beating anybody with that kind of backing and that kind of team. I'll get him with 2 Mike Tysons.
I'm going to turn it on its head, Tyson. I'm going to ask you this. You're a boxing scholar. You know your boxing. Would you like to have gone against the Tyson from the late 80s? Would you like to have tested yourself one night in Las Vegas or one night in New York or one night in Manchester against that late 80s Tyson? Would you have liked that, Tyson?
I'm going to tell you something, Steve. There hasn't been a heavyweight from any era in the last 1,000 years that could have tackled me or beat me. Never mind Mike Tyson from the 80s, Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Lennox Lewis, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, Ken Norton, Rocky Marciano, Floyd Patterson, Gene Tunney, Jem Mace, John L. Sullivan. Going right back to the beginning. Not one of them could have beat the Gypsy King. 1, I'm too big. 2, I'm too good. And 3, I've got too many styles for them. And 4, I'm an adapter. And 5, they couldn't ever beat me anyway. So there we go. I'm the greatest fighter that's ever lived.
Well,
Never mind heavyweight, the greatest fighter that's ever lived. And how about that for a bit of modesty? The greatest fighter that's ever lived.
well, you know, I was going to ask you how you'll be remembered, but I think you've just told us. Just quickly, Tyson, if I had to ask you to describe yourself in 10 or 20 seconds, how would you describe yourself if you were telling somebody from another planet, if you were trying to explain who you were? How would you explain yourself to somebody that had never heard of you before?
I'll tell you how I'd do it. I'd say I'm a big, fat, heavyweight with a bald head, with plenty of heart to fight, and you know, and that was it. I'm not interested in being remembered anyway. I've said that many times, Steve. So I'm enjoying my life now. I'm not looking past today. Live every day as it's my last. And I enjoy every moment. And it's been a nice couple of hours on here, looking back and reflecting. But again, I don't dwell in the past. I've no interest in what happened yesterday. I live for today. I look forward to the future. And that's it.
Tyson, thank you. John, thank you. And you're right. We're also enjoying every single second of your life so far.